Hello everyone, this is Flashy Gordy. I am here at Delta Summit in Malta, and I'm standing here with RAOUL Andersson. Very nice Scandinavian surname and a little bit Spanish first name maybe.
You really hate it.
It's a good mix, it's a good mix. And he is a VIP Manager at Genesis Mining, and we're here to talk a little bit about Genesis Mining and what they do, and they actually have some operations also in Scandinavia that we're going to talk about. But first, let's start out with, now I did a little bit introduction of you, so let's just go to the project. What is Genesis Mining's key features?
The key feature, we are offering cloud mining contracts to the users. We are a hash power provider. We already have the machines set up and running at our mining farms. And every user, everyone who wants to participate in the cloud mining process, wants to get profits out of it, doesn't need to set up the hardware at home and take all the risks, like that hardware, setting up the hardware is very complicated, keeping it running. I mean, most of these machines aren't made for this really, to run 24/7, okay? And also the noise, the heat, all the stuff to run it efficient, we got it covered in our farms already, and you basically just sign up, purchase a contract, and the hash power is all yours, and then it runs for you and gives you daily mining outputs in the cryptocurrency you choose.
Yeah, so instead of investing in mining equipment and trying to do mining yourself, you could pay to Genesis Mining, you would pay, and using those money to get returns from Genesis Mining. What can people look at for returns? What kind of returns are people getting?
This is very hard to say because two factors are very, very valuable to a miner. One is the difficulty, the other one is the cryptocurrency versus the US dollar. Let's talk about difficulty first. The difficulty for a miner is very important. The more miners join the network, the higher it gets, the less of a chance you get for mining reward. Let's not whitewash it, that's just the case. Okay, now difficulty is very volatile. Of course, you're lucky when you jump in and the difficulty drops the next time. We have that with certain currencies. For example, Dash is such a currency with a very difficulty that's very volatile. Other currencies like Bitcoin, for example, has only seen one direction in 2018, and this was going up. Okay, and why is the US dollar versus the Bitcoin such an important measurement? This is because every miner takes a maintenance fee. We also charge a daily maintenance fee, 14 cents per terahash it is at the moment, and this one is fixed. Now, the bigger your mining reward is, your maintenance fee stays the same. So if the price is up for the cryptocurrency, then your fee just becomes a smaller part of the mining reward. And this is basically why it's very tough to give you an expected return on investment, because you have to predict these two factors, and this is like looking into a crystal ball, to be honest.
Yeah, you can't really do that, but people are making returns, of course.
We wouldn't run the operation if it's not profitable, and we wouldn't have 2 million customers by now if it wasn't profitable.
So 2 million customers, that's a big user base, and also I know you have a lot of user base in Scandinavia also.
That's true.
Yeah, and you have a mining farm somewhere in Sweden.
Exactly. Most of the miners don't disclose their mining farm location.
Of course.
Genesis Mining always try to be transparent about things here. And the thing, the major issue you had when you are that long in the game, like Genesis Mining, since 2013 we are in it, a lot of people question, are these miners really having the machines they say they have?
And that's also, of course, a difficult question.
Of course, and every miner tells you, we don't disclose it for security reasons. Genesis Mining then said, okay, we show you we have the machines, and we basically showed the farm in Iceland first, and now we have set up a much larger farm in Sweden, which we also show.
What are we looking at sizes?
The Sweden one is hangar size. You can make a U-turn with a truck inside. Just to.
So it's a big one,
Definitely.
Okay, and let's look a little bit at the team at Genesis Mining. How big is the team right now?
I mean,
approximately.
over 250 people.
Over 250
over
people?
250 people working worldwide for the company.
And I guess you have like people working with the mining, taking care of the mining is doing it, and then you also have like marketing, sales, and this kind of stuff.
Exactly. And also, we try to cover all the different factors here. We started now also the Genesis group. So Genesis Mining is just one part of it, but you already thought in the right direction. You have the technicians, you have the IT guys, you have a sales department, marketing department, and of course a core team. And it all started with our two founders, Marco Streng and Marco Krohn, which are still representing and
still
also
going,
having a lot of other projects going as well, like DQR, which is also a big part here in Malta.
DQR that I also just had a talk with that are pretty closely tied to Genesis Mining.
I mean, these are the founders from Genesis Mining, and they were right there from the beginning with DQR, basically.
But I'm thinking with the 2 million users worldwide, you must also have a lot of servicing the users, like having a service desk they can call if there's something.
Definitely, we tried different approaches to it. Of course, we have a customer service which is on 24/7 for you. We tried a chat talk in the past already for certain key account managers, which you can also call via phone, etc. And we are representing or are present a lot at conferences, and even in times when people think that mining is not really worth it, that mining doesn't work. We even show up at conferences and show you and explain to you, educate. This is a very important point for Genesis Mining, to educate people about it as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. Let's jump a little bit to, because now we've been talking a lot about Genesis Mining, and it's a big operation. I can see, and you're taking it serious, and it's very interesting to hear. Actually, I didn't know so much about it before. But let's take it a little bit to your competition. Who do you see as your main competitors, and where do you see Genesis Mining having an edge over these competitors?
It's always tricky for me to talk about competition. that I am sure you understand that. But I think, so I don't name any now, but you can basically, let's be fair, just look them up. You see Genesis Mining right there, and the other ones follow, and you know basically all about the competition. But where we have an edge is the new radiant technology. We also have a development department, for example. We figured out that we can even optimize our machines, no matter if it's GPU, ASICs, whatever, and we have a very good understanding how to set it up, and therefore we were able to install this complete new technology. We in the end call it Radiant to give it a name.
Can you explain Radiant just shortly?
It was an optimization on several parts, of course. One logistics-wise, otherwise also the cooling. We made a huge development there, and the main effect, which is interesting for the user, is that Radiant cut down the maintenance fee from 28 cents, which was per terahash per day, was very common in the market, and even one of the best one probably around that time, cut it down 50% to 14 cents now per terahash per day. And this is why you see the maintenance fee is a factor. But we actually did something about this factor, Bitcoin versus US dollar.
But that's nice. I like that. You made an improvement to the system, and instead of just taking the improvement for yourself, you actually also gave it to your user base, that they got a smaller maintenance fee.
Definitely, and we're not stopping there. The development guys, I can tell you, they are still working on it.
Okay, but let's go a little bit on here. How do you see the man on the street gaining from Genesis Mining to become a miner? Why should everybody, just a man on the street who's not interested in crypto, why should they become involved in Genesis Mining?
If they are not interested in crypto at all, do you mean? Or if they, mining is a crucial process for the network. And it's a process where you can make profits. So why don't take the chance? With mining is also a different kind of investment. Imagine if you purchase a Bitcoin today, you are 100% in. If the Bitcoin goes up, if the Bitcoin goes down, you're also 100% in.
Yeah.
Okay. In mining, with our product, you have a whole different structure. You get daily payouts. Of course, you don't have your Bitcoin back by tomorrow, but you get part of it back every single day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you're saying is, for the man on the street, it would be a good place to invest if you have some money to invest.
And if you have a long-term vision, you really have to be. I mean, this is not a game for being in and getting your money out by tomorrow or next week.
So it's a long-term investment we are talking here.
Definitely. Mining is. I would definitely consider it as a longer-term investment. Of course, we had these times when you made your return on investment in 2 or 3 months. It also can take much longer. It depends.
Yeah. Okay. So for the long-term investment, and now let's talk also a little bit long-term with Genesis Mining. So let's look a little bit into the future. Where do you see Genesis Mining in 5 years?
I think a big part will be the Genesis group, which we install now. That Genesis Mining is one part of this whole idea of giving. With Genesis Mining, it all started, and I think this is also what Marco said today at the Malta summit. It started with Genesis Mining, and now they are supporting other projects like DQR, having also a trading platform, etc. Other projects I can't really disclose yet, but there is more to come, and more factors need to be covered. And one idea we always have is we want to educate people and want to give them access to this great idea of blockchain on multiple levels. And so for the future, you're expanding more from just being Genesis Mining. It's the Genesis group now, also with DQR and a lot of other projects. So you're actually really expanding the business and becoming like a larger business with more smaller parts inside it. I can't say it any better.
Okay, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm here with RAOUL Andersson from Genesis Mining at Delta Summit in Malta, and everybody have a good day. Thank you for the talk.
Thank you.